Ellen, now I got some more bad news for you. Well, Leah's not here, and Matt's not here, which means the vice president of council must take the notes.
Okay.
You ever done that before?
Nope.
Okay. You guys don't mind starting a minute late? I'm going to give her a quick refresher on this.
We're going.
You can sit over either one of these chairs. I don't care which. Doesn't matter. Oh.
You're instructing everyone now, I guess.
Yeah, this is a good prep.
But do you want me to end this?
No, just keep it going. We'll bye everybody. It's not like we're a professional state organization. There's pens here if you want.
Camera's moving, so we'll
Yeah.
have it.
We will get started in just a minute. Basically, the date here, if you want to sit there, that's fine. The date there, roll call, and then, mark present or absent, and these then, yay, nay, or abstain, and whatever the issue is. Sound good?
Sure.
All right, let me get this thing started. May 21st, 2023, 7:03 p.m. Council meeting starting. Call to order. Pledge allegiance, Diane? Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call.
Blankenship.
Here.
Joseph.
Here.
Kinsmore.
Here.
Steiner. Godwin.
Here.
Conroy. Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. Approval of minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
I'll second it.
Okay, any questions, comments, deletions, additions? Call for the vote.
Blankenship.
Aye.
Joseph.
Aye.
Kinsmore.
Aye.
Godwin.
Aye.
Conroy.
Okay, moving on to unfinished business. Does anybody have any unfinished business? All right, Mayor's communications. I do have a few things. I was on the executive leadership call this morning, and one of the things that came up was mosquitoes. Donna Scott reported on one of the issues we're having here, which I reported 2 weeks ago. And essentially, she said the same thing I did, maybe not exactly, but the highlight was the biggest thing we can do that doesn't cost us anything is not to have any standing water on our property or wherever. If you have stuff out there, pails out there, stuff that stands water, mosquitoes love to breed in that. I have a reminder, Summit County Sheriff, the CCW workshop is June 4th. Don't forget to sign up if you're interested in going. The next item out here is the computers. As you know, we've been having issues with the server, having the hard drives are full. The Arian's company, I forget what the name of it is, ETC, came in, they replaced the hard drive. We have everything up and running, and so far, everything is running absolutely perfect. We do have a couple quotes for computers going forward. ETC, their quote, I don't have it in front of me, but essentially, and the same with PC NetTex, and they were the ones that were recommended by the one guy that Matt brought in. They have very similarities in that they have the contracts that seem like, and I think hopefully by next meeting we'll have some more, but the contracts that you have a minimum of so many hours a month as a contract. Now, PCNet, the difference here is ETC doesn't typically do what they call break fix, which is if something breaks, you call them, they come and fix it. And we've had so little of a need for that to pay a monthly charge of, $600-800 a month for, say, having a retainer seems kind of high. We'll have to do all the math to see where it's at. But PC NetTech does offer that with a cost labor of $130 an hour. and they also offer contracts that we can discuss, and so many hours a month, and the contract covers. That's still, I don't know. I was going to get a list from Leah today and didn't get a chance to, is to see how much we paid out for actually break fix work in the past 10 years, and I bet you it's not that much. You know, we've had stuff installed, so that's where we're at there. And I was given another name of someone else, so it'd be nice to get a bunch, you know, see where everybody's at and see what we can decide. There's no big hurry for anything right now because everything's working. So, next, I did get a tour of the NOPEC headquarters a few weeks ago. Nice building up there, and boy, I wish I remember the guy who spoke. There's a famous boxer who was there, spoke. A little guy, but he was incredible. Boom Boom. Somebody, I'm not into boxing.
Jimmy?
Yes, I got to meet him. Oh man, incredible guy. I was also at a meeting the very next day where the gentleman spoke about the need for building inspectors. That it's really hard. Basically, if you're a qualified building inspector and you want a job, walk into any city, village, town in America, you'll have it, as long as you can pass the test. So just, you know, there are some needs out there, and that's a pretty good job from what I understand. And with that, that's all that I have at this time under Mayor's Communications. Council Communications and Council Committee Reports.
One thing that I forgot to mention at the last meeting, our safety committee, when we had our special meeting, one of the reasons we had the special meeting was Chief wanted to make sure what our thoughts were on the retirement of Captain Yowie coming up, and if we felt that we wanted to keep that full-time position, that there was enough time for council to put out, you know, feelers for that and post the job. At the discussion at our safety meeting, the committee spoke with the chief, and really the biggest portion is for economic reasons. It really, at this time, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to continue the full-time position, paying out the insurance for the full-time firefighter and benefits and all of that when most departments don't have full-time, smaller departments like ours, do not have full-time firefighters on staff. And that can be filled with our rotation of our highly qualified EMTs and firefighters that we already have on staff. So that was the conclusion of that discussion. Then want to remind everybody that might have an article to write. That I need the articles by May 29th, and these go through the end for events and things that go through the end of August. And today we had our first field trip for the 4th grade classes from Stinson that came to the OVMP, and then we went through the village. Myself and Regina McCulligan, who grew up in the village, her maiden name is Ernstberger, gave a lot of talks on the different buildings and historical homes in the area. We brought the kids through town halls, showed them where the government sits, and because it's in their curriculum, we talked about the types of government we have, and then we continued on down. They were really fascinated about where the flood line was from the,
1913?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Then we ended up at the fire station. The firefighters were great with the kids. They showed them the antique tanker. They showed them through a couple of the vehicles. Did a turnout gear for them. Showed them how fast they have to get into their, and then let the kids actually put on their helmets and different things like that, and touch the stuff, because fourth graders like to touch things, right? And so it was a big success, and of course the popcorn went over really well. And then they did another section where they walked down the towpath to try to get to the locks and back. We talked a lot about the canal, being a canal town in the 1800s and that type of thing. Very hot, long day, very, very tired and thirsty kids by the time we got back to school, but it was a success. And Regina and I have been trying to talk to the school for several years to get that. We've got a gym here in the village at the OVMP, plus we do have some good history here that a lot of the teachers said we didn't realize all that was part of Clinton. And then the kids, the comments on some of the houses from these young people, noticing the architecture and that type of stuff was pretty impressive. We've got a really good group at Stinson Elementary. Yep. And then I remember Memorial Day. I know that Ross, you had offered to set up your sound system.
Yeah, it's broke.
It's broke? Okay. That's fine. We have other ways to go.
Hey, ours, I know we had one working the other day for an event at the park.
The problem is with borrowing that one like we typically do, the turnaround to get it back and set up for the event that they're going to be having at 1 o'clock. When I spoke with Gary, I said, if we can avoid moving that for you so you guys don't have to worry about getting it all set up, that's what we want to do.
Okay.
So just to make, they're still going to let us borrow the podium. Cliff and I will go over and get it in the morning and bring it and set it up. But I have a few other people I can reach out for a sound system.
Okay.
I just don't want to stress out anybody at the OVMP.
Yeah, that's okay.
And the guys over there did a fantastic job as well with, with over 100 and it was about 140 fourth graders. They did a great job. So.
Well, I wasn't able to make the whole event, but I was able to drink part of it today. And yeah, we had 3 tour guides, and they did an excellent job. Matter of fact, Bob surprised me when he came in. The knowledge that he had there, he's relatively new. He's only been there a few years with us, and he did a great job. So I know John always does a good job. I don't know who else is out there, if Gary was doing it or not, but Gary also. Gary and John definitely know stuff, and now I see Bob really knows his stuff over there. So we got a good group over there. Yep. And thank you for bringing them up here. In fact, we do have our school system covers 3 counties, and it seems like sometimes they forget that we exist or that Doylestown exists, but they remember Canal Fulton all the time. So we've got such rich history here. The flood line from 1913, I can only think of one other place I can go to and see a flood line like that, and that's down in Marietta. They've got the post there, down there right by the river, of how high the water was in 1913. We've got a marking on a building here, which is really, really cool. It's just another great thing about the history of our village. So just absolutely fantastic. I wanted to touch on another thing you mentioned about John Yohe. It's been, financially, I'm all with you there. I do want to say John has served this village for a number of years, and I really, really want to thank, if he's listening, I want to thank him for his service, because he's done a great job. I've gotten to know him over the years, especially being on council. And
yeah, I had asked him to be our parade marshal,
okay.
But unfortunately he's going to be out of town. But I thought that would be a good way to honor him. But as his retirement comes close, I think council, we can put our heads together and come up with doing something for him as that date in September approaches, and some type of recognition for, I think it's 27 years service along those lines. Yeah. So
He's seen a lot happen and change in this village.
He has. Yes, he has.
Any other council communications and council committee reports? Anything else? Okay, thank you very much. Citizens' comments. I've not picked up the board, but I'm going to see if I can see from here that Diane Gunner, you're signed up to speak. Man, I had carrot juice this morning. That's what happened. That's why I can see. Yeah, it's amazing what that stuff does.
The only thing I have to say, remind everybody of the pancake breakfast, 7:30 to 10:30 Monday, and all the flowers in town are planted finally. We got everything done, now we just got to keep them watered. We pray for rain, so we don't have to water.
You're supposed to get it tomorrow.
Well, Diane, I love to talk about the history and stuff we've seen, the markers and stuff, but we also live in the current present day, and you keep this village absolutely beautiful for the current day. I've seen some of your help out there, but without your guidance, I don't think it would look as good. So I thank you very much. Okay. All right. I see there are no other citizens' comments on the written down. You all right?
I'm fine.
Okay. All right. If you were a hen, I'd know what we're having for breakfast. Okay. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, resolutions and ordinances.
Rewind that.
All right, first readings. Resolution number R-24-07. A resolution authorizing the approval and adoption of the Summit County Hazard Mitigation Plan for the Executive Department of Law, Insurance and Risk Management, Division of Public Safety Management Agency, and declaring an emergency. Resolution number R-24-08. A resolution approving and adopting the Summit County 911 Plan and declaring an emergency. No second readings. Third readings. Ordinance number O-24-02. An ordinance amending section 1113.10 of the codified ordinance of the Village of Clinton and declaring an emergency. Motion to adopt.
Second.
Do we have any commentary on this? What this one's for?
We've talked about it.
I know, but just for the people listening, I'm sure everybody out there who's here today would like to hear just a brief. Okay, well, call for the vote.
Blankenship,
No.
Joseph,
Abstain.
Gensmore,
Aye.
Godwin,
Aye.
Conroy, aye.
Motion carries.
Yes, the motion carries. Okay, move on.
Ordinance number O-24-03. An ordinance amending section 905.03D of the codified ordinance of the Village of Clinton and declaring an emergency.
And this is one that is updating the bonding and stuff like that for our contract. So, did you make a motion to accept, to adopt?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Okay, we have first and second. Any questions, comments, anything on this? Call for the vote.
Blankenship,
Aye.
Joseph,
Aye.
Gensmore,
Aye.
Godwin,
Aye.
Conroy, aye.
Motion passes. New business. Anybody have anything under new business?
You had sent out an email about talking with Amelia
Yes.
Sykes
The Community Life Office, yes.
and the grants.
Mm-hmm.
I would say get with her and apply for as much as you can.
Okay, did you read through all those grants? He gave a whole list of things we could look at.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw the one on the trains. I couldn't figure out how we could apply it to our village, but that's the thing, application, you know, there's a whole list of things, so,
Well, if there's anything that applies to the village, like if we could get, playground equipment or,
yeah, I don't think that was on the list.
I don't, but you know what? Sometimes they can take one grant and encompass that type of stuff.
Mhm.
Even with the language of it, it might be for community development or something like that,
Right,
the wording. So if you talk to them and see, well, we really would like to,
mhm,
replace our playground equipment in our park, infrastructure, whatever.
yeah,
Anything that applies, I'd say
okay.
go for it.
'Cause I didn't
That's
see
my-
anything really relevant there when I read through it. I was hoping you guys would read more into it than I found. But I'll get with Leah. I did copy Leah on that, for a specific reason. She would understand better than all of us probably.
Right.
So I will get with Leah, see what kind of grants what would make the most sense for us, and go for that. I don't remember if I copied our engineer on that or
You
not.
said you were going to, and.
I did copy him?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll
So-
get with him also about that. I still haven't contacted that one lady that I have the name for. I've got to get back to that might be able to write grants. So, yes, all right, thank you very much. I will get that taken care of. Any other new business? Any council general discussion? All right, group here today. Presentation of purchase orders and bills for approval. Matt's not here to give us the rundown, but I'm sure we can still pass these.
Make a motion to approve the purchase orders and pay bills.
Second.
All right, any questions, comments? All right, call for the vote.
Blankenship. Joseph. Kinsmore.
Aye.
Godwin.
Aye.
Conroy. Aye.
Motion passes. One last thing on the table. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All right, that concludes our council meeting for this evening.
Oh, shoot, I forgot to mention these. I can mention it without being.
Good, we're off, but go ahead and mention it. The camera's still rolling.
At everybody's, desk, someone from the Historical Society dropped off a newsletter for the Historical Society, and also, if you're wondering what these tickets are, they do us the favor of giving us tickets out ahead of time so you can fill them out, and then when you come to the pancake breakfast, you can give them your money and drop your tickets in. I'm sorry? And hope you win a prize, or just donate to the Historical Society. That way you're not standing there at the table while you want to get and eat your pancakes, filling out the tickets. There's some people, they have like, return address labels, and they just, or we have stamps, and they just put those on the back. That way you're not writing. That's, yeah. Diane, they have
How was it, fun?
the tie-up stone back there. I forget what the technical term for it is, but anyway, so I asked if there was anybody that knew what that might be for, and one of our kids in the special needs class answered it. Yeah, it was amazing. It was, it really was. It was, yeah.
Yeah, I would get it with the horse drawn or the hitching thing, that would go over your stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I like a picture from 1880s down here, and they were all hitching posts right in front of the.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah,